I found the old radio in my grandfather's attic. It was buried under a pile of dusty newspapers and broken picture frames. Its once polished wood, now faded and cracked with age. I wasn't sure why I was so drawn to it, but something about its old-fashioned dials and the weight of it in my hands felt important, like it had a story to tell. "Take it if you want," my grandfather had said when he saw me looking at it. Damn thing never worked right anyway. I took it home, placing it on my nightstand. At first, it did exactly what I expected. It played nothing but static. No music, no voices, just an endless, whispering hiss, no matter how much I turned the dial. That changed at midnight. The first night, I woke up to the sound of voices, not loud, not clear, just faint murmurs slipping through the static like something half heard in a dream. At first, I thought I had left my TV on, but when I sat up, I realized that the sound was coming from the radio. The dial hadn't moved, yet through the static I could make out words, soft, almost pleading. "Help me, please." I turned the volume up, my heart pounding. The voice was distant, distorted, but unmistakably human. "Can't get out. It's dark. So dark." Then, just as suddenly as it had started, the voice was gone. The radio returned to its empty static. I barely slept after that. The second night, I convinced myself I had imagined it. Sleep deprivation, a trick of the mind, some stray frequency from an old radio station. But when midnight came, the radio spoke again. This time, the voice was clearer. "I see you." I froze. My bedroom was dark, but I suddenly felt the weight of unseen eyes. The air seemed colder, heavier. "I see you," the voice whispered again. Closer now. I slammed my hand on the radio, turning it off. The third night I should have thrown the radio away, but I didn't. Something about it felt unfinished, like it was waiting for me to listen. So, when midnight arrived, I turned it back on. At first, the static was normal. Then, the voice returned, more distinct than before. "You brought me home," it said. A chill ran down my spine. "Who are you?" I whispered, my throat dry. The static crackled. Then, I heard something that made my stomach drop. A laugh. Soft, broken. "You already know," it said. Memories surfaced. Things I had long buried. Nights spent at my grandmother's house when I was a child. The attic door slightly ajar. The whispers that had followed me in my sleep. I had forgotten them. Or maybe I had forced myself to forget. But the radio hadn't. The fourth night, I didn't want to listen. But the radio didn't care. At midnight, it turned itself on. The voice was different now. Distorted. Unnatural. It spoke in a voice that sounded like my own. "Come upstairs," it said. I felt something pulling me. Something unseen but insistent. My legs moved on their own, leading me up the stairs to the attic. The door creaked open before I even touched it. Inside, the air was thick with the dust and something else. Something wrong. In the center of the attic, where I had found the radio, there was a mirror. And in that mirror, something was waiting. It wasn't my reflection. It smiled. And then, the radio cut to silence.